Now we're gonna go over a bunch of beginner ball handling drills. What we wanna focus on right now, right, is just the small little details, right? Ball control, right? Having the ability to punch the ball through the floor, having that powerful, explosive dribble. Right? Also what we wanna work on is fingertip control. Right? So we'll do a couple figure 8 drills, right? And then really just working on players' base and stance. Okay, that's what stationary dribbling is gonna do. Right, so we really want to work on them having their base, understanding their base, right? Elbow through the floor, right? Keeping their chest up, working on that fingertips and ball control. So all these drills are going to help with that, right? Really fundamentals of ball handling, right? That will help your game. First drill we're going to start with is a V-Dribble. Okay, our V-Dribble is going to be a ball control, but also a ball manipulation drill. Okay, so a V is when we are gonna V the ball back and forth in front of our body, right? It's a combination to a crossover. We wanna be able to push the ball with our hand on the outside of the ball, push it across our frame, and then manipulate our wrist and be able to put the hand inside the ball and pull it back out. Okay, so that's really gonna work on your player's ball control, but also the ability to move their wrist in their hands, right, for proper ball control. Okay, so let's take a look at it. Right, you can add a punch dribble into it, working on putting that elbow through the ground. Working on proper ball control. Right, V-Dribble, working on ball manipulation and ball control. Okay, right now we're gonna go pins. This is gonna work on putting my elbow through the floor and having that quick and powerful dribble. All right, so we want players to be explosive with the basketball at times, right? Whether in between moves, right? Where they have to be protective with their dribble, but the ability to put their elbow through the floor and control the ball is gonna be a major key. All right, so what we want them to do is we wanna have 5 hard pound dribbles. Okay, on the 6th dribble, you are gonna pin the ball to the floor, your elbow's all the way extended. I then wanna pick the ball up. 5 hard pound dribbles, then I put the ball again to the floor with that pin dribble, and we want to pick it back up. First thing we're gonna do to work on our ball control, right, is having little tiny dribbles, right, and quick dribbles. We're gonna go around our right leg, right, with our right hand. So we're gonna really work on fingertip and ball control right now. I wanna be in that good wide base, right, hips dropped, and I just wanna tap that ball around my ankle, right, in the tiniest dribbles I can, right? So I wanna go around and forward, right? And then once you get good at it, right, you can go right back behind. Okay, so what we want to do is have those short, tiny dribbles, right? We don't really care if your players look down right now. So get out of that notion of players always have to look up, right? We want them to look down, understand their ball control, right? And then they can work their way up, right, to looking up, obviously, how that game is. Okay, let's take a look at it. Okay, now we're gonna go figure 8 around our legs, right? So I want to go behind, back and front, and then behind. Another great ball control drill. Right now we're switching hands with it, right? Again, just strengthening our fingertips. This is a great drill just to maybe do when you warm up, right? First drill, go a minute, right? Maybe 30 seconds each hand, okay? But it will really help your ball control, right? What we want to do, we want to have that big wide base, right? And I want to be able to put that ball around my leg, back behind, switching it then to my left, right? Having small little taps, right, around our leg. Okay, now we're going to implement our footwork into the ball handling. So we want you guys to find a line, right? It can be anywhere. It can be in your garage, right, on a court, right, wherever you guys can find space to work on your dribbling. I'm going to have that wide base, okay? As I go through, right, as that ball transfers right to left, I want to step hard with that left foot. Right, what we're working on is that ability to shift hard and play out of wide bases right now. So once I'm here, I load on my left and then I come right back. Working on loading that foot and working on really getting that foot outside to shift my defender and then being able to cross right back. Have pace with it. Work on a dribble jab, right? We want to have a hard dribble right now, okay, while shifting my foot. Okay, so I want to find a line, right? I want to have that hard dribble. As that dribble goes down, I want to step my left foot and I want to be able to shift my defender. Okay, so as that dribble goes down again, elbow through, that's my ball control. Now we're starting to work with the ball and our feet. Okay, so ball control is great, but then you got to start building up and implementing the feet, right? So that can help you shift, right, and move defenders and get to your spots. So on this, right, it's a very easy drill. I just want to punch down, jab my left foot to the side while the ball goes down with my right. Keep that chest up the whole time, right? Hard jab, keeping the right foot in the ground right now as an anchor. Okay, now we're going to work on a ball manipulation. It's a pocket dribble, right? A pocket dribble is going to be when we pull that ball back, right, to our hip, manipulating it. Right, so it can be a protective dribble if a defender reaches, right? I have that ability to pull back. A pocket dribble also is going to allow my feet to start acting, right? So what I mean by that is they can drop as that ball's in that pocket. I can invert it, drop, but now it allows my feet to do things to create angles. So that small ball manipulation, right, is probably one of the biggest basketball techniques, right, and skills when we come to ball handling. So we really want our young players to start to master that, because that's how we are really going to affect them as their ball handling goes and start to get their feet involved with their handles, which creates angles and allows them to get into space where they then can be effective. All right, so what we want to do here, that ball is going to pull to my pocket, right? When that ball pulls to my pocket, I want to touch that bench at the same time. All right, that's me being protective with that dribble. Okay, right, getting that offhand active. My finger's gonna face the wall, my thumb will face the ceiling. The ball is gonna pull right outside of my pocket, giving me airspace. I don't want it tight, right? I want it wide, right, to where I can create angles with the ball. That defender's gotta be outside it, right? And it gives me that ability to have a clean pickup, right, if I wanna get into a shot. So I'm gonna bounce 1, 2. I just wanna pull that ball, keeping that chest straight, right, the whole time. Okay, now we're gonna work on a dribble technique, also a ball manipulation. Right, so we're gonna use the bench right now. Right, we're working on our flow dribble. Right, so what I wanna do is I wanna have accountability. Right, a lot of players, when that ball hits their hand, they immediately stop it. Right, we want them to have the ability to flow that ball. That's gonna give them pace and allow their footwork to then start to get into different types of moves. So if I was to flow, I could drop, I could float, it gives me pace, and allows my feet to start doing different things to where I can start to create angles with my pace, with my feet. But the dribble technique is going to be extremely important for young players. So what we want to do here is when we cross the ball over, I want to tap this bench 3 times until I transfer that ball again. All right, so it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right, that ball is gonna float outside of my frame. All right, let's take a look at it.